And an update now on the wildfires burning in LA County. The death toll now 24, 8 from the Palisades, 16 from the Eaton. At least 16 people are missing, with countless injuries being reported. Firefighters closer to containing the Hearst fire, that's at 89%. In the meantime, it's a race against time to contain the Palisades and Eaton fires, both now several thousands of acres large, very little containment. And there's an urgent new warning about the heavy winds that could make fire conditions even worse as the death toll has risen to 24. More than 100,000 people still under mandatory evacuation orders.
And Governor Newsom is deploying another 1,000 National Guard members to the fire zone. So the concern now is the next 24 to 48 hours. ABC's Zoreen Shah has the latest.
This morning, firefighters in Southern California bracing for conditions to worsen. Forecasters have issued a rare warning, a PDS, or particularly dangerous situation, saying powerful winds this week could threaten new communities in the disaster zone.
The vegetation is still very, very dry, so that leaves a recipe to produce some very critical fire weather conditions.
Wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour are expected today. Since last week, fierce winds have turned wildfires into infernos, leveling entire neighborhoods. The fires have burned more than 12,000 homes and other buildings, making them likely the most destructive fires in U.S. history. In the Pasadena area, more than 39,000 structures are still under threat from the Eaton fire.
It was a nightmare.
Jeffrey and Cheryl Koo first spotted the Eaton fire at 6:19 p.m. last Tuesday on a hill near their home.
I need you to come out here right now.
Their ring camera shows the couple loading their car to evacuate just 10 minutes later.
No!
The sky turning bright orange as flames expanded around the hill.
The point where I felt like this was going to be the last time I would see the house was when the sky was orange.
The couple is seen evacuating at 6:53. They called it 34 minutes of terror.
Every moment I went into the house and out of the house, it was surreal. Every time I checked on the fire, it got worse.
That couple's home mostly spared. It's unclear how the Pacific Palisades or the Eaton fire started. The ATF is leading the investigation. This, as FEMA announced that active duty military will soon be deployed to join the firefighting efforts.
That was ABC's Zoreen Shah. And for homeowners who lost everything in the fires, the question is, will they rebuild and can they afford to? About 24,000 people have already registered for FEMA assistance to begin that process. And early estimates predict $150 billion in damage from the wildfires. Some homeowners calling for the government to make available home loans with 0% interest. Governor Newsom set to ease building restrictions and permitting requirements, and that's all to help people rebuild more quickly.
My wife and I are even considering whether or not we rebuild. But at this point, with the insurance companies, it's a smoother transaction. It's a smoother road if you rebuild. It's insanity. Hotels are packed to the gills. Shelters are packed to the gills. You know, hopefully a lot of these elderly have children or, you know, some sort of, I pray that they have some means of finding a place to get in.
And Los Angeles officials are also vowing to investigate price gouging, with some properties in the area reportedly doubling the rent in recent days.
Authorities are also zeroing in on the cause of the devastating wildfires, with the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives leading this investigation. The ATF formed a special task force comprised of local, state, and federal investigators. They're interviewing residents and searching for clues about how the Pacific Palisades and Eaton fires actually started.
This task force is made up of local, state, and federal partners designed to investigate the cause of these fires and to see if there's any connection between them.
Most wildfires in the U.S. are caused by humans, whether accidental or intentional, and authorities are looking into whether electrical equipment may have contributed to the fires. Southern California Edison has filed safety reports related to the incidents.
Well, help and support continues to arrive for those in need. Trucks filled with essential items for shelters in that region will be sent from the Stockton Gurdwara, a Sikh temple in Stockton. They are collecting needs such as baby food, personal care items, blankets, and more. They surpassed their goal of raising $5,000 and will use that money to stock the rest of their truck.
When we heard, everybody heard what happened in LA, right? It's very unfortunate, but it's our duty as humans, to help our fellow neighbors, right? And so that's why we came up with this initiative to help our fellow brothers and sisters that are in need.
And we are told the truck should be arriving to Los Angeles County very soon. And for continued coverage of the wildfires, head over to the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. We have live updates and our in-depth reports into California's home insurance market. So download the free ABC 10 Plus app wherever you stream.